1, 2. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Ride Flash Sports Chronicles, Episode 5. Ride Flash Sports Chronicles is a podcast where we talk about real life situations, and most of these are just my thoughts. So without further ado, I'm just checking the audio. So today's topic. First, I'm going to start out by saying happy birthday to my sister Lynetta Smith. Happy birthday. Okay, now I'm getting into it. What what you don't have, can it be a blessing to you? And when I say what you don't have, I'm talking about it could be materialistic things. It could be money. It could be a car. It could be whatever you want it to be. So the question is, what you don't have can be can it be a blessing to you? And it's something you really need to think about. Because a lot of times we take too much materialistic stuff for granted and we call that a blessing. But not having that big house can be a blessing. But then you don't got to maintain it. Not having three cars and only have one, that could be a blessing. So a lot of things that we take for granted, so some things that we don't have can also be a blessing to us. And it might sound a little funny at first, but when you really think about it, what you don't have can be a blessing to you. So really something to think about. Just some things I talk about, and again, all these is my personal feelings, conversations, and my personal opinions on Rod Flair's Porch Chronicle podcast. Another thing I want to talk about, why in today's society men act like women. Meaning they had the same characteristic as the woman. They chatty patty like women. They gossip like women. They do all the things that you think that women should do, but you a man doing these things. Talking about people behind their back, but when they confront it, they act like they didn't say it. And you know they said it. So that's one of the topics. So it's just my podcast again, like I always say, these is my opinions. And like I tell people all the time, opinions like assholes. Everybody had one. And what's your thoughts on the Russian war with the Ukraine? Should the United States get involved? And my feeling on that is, I think Russians, they just flexing their muscles. Because they know that Ukraine is not that big, powerful country. So they just flexing their muscles. And it had nothing to do with anything, but their president wanted to flex his muscles. That's my opinion. Um, Another thing I want to discuss, how do you feel about they're going to mandate that you don't wear a mask anymore? Like, COVID is coming to an end. And I think all the numbers in most places are going down. So they're going to relax the mask policy. And that could be good and bad. And I say that because a lot of people still haven't got the shot. So if they still didn't get the shot, so they still acceptable to catching COVID. Now the three, if you got your two shots and your booster, you should be good. But what about the ones that didn't get their shot at all? Like here in Philadelphia, you got police officers that haven't got their first shot yet. So how do somebody who's protecting you don't have a shot, but they didn't get their COVID shot? So like with stuff our transportation, you got a lot of people calling out and stuff like that. And I guess it's the same with the police department. If they didn't get their shot, they get sick. Now you got less police officers to patrol your neighborhoods. So something to really think about. And another thing I thought about, when your intentions are pure, you don't lose anyone, they lose you. And that goes to say, like, if you purely intend to do good by people, and they do whatever they do, and you stop messing with them, that means when your intentions are pure, you don't lose people, they lose you, because they lost somebody that's good in their life, or somebody that, I would say, somebody that cared about them. But they took you for granted. Now you might stop messing with them. So your intention was pure to help them out. You didn't lose them, they lost you. If that make any sense to y'all. Another thing was on my mind this week was the Brad getting married. You know what? And I don't put it because she married another woman, nothing like that. Brad is a fine individual. She's a fine woman. Said you want to say about her, she's fine. And I like the suit she had on her. You want to call it a wedding suit or a wedding gown or whatever you want to call it. It was dope. It was really nice. And this one topic I'm gonna cover is something that I had trouble with people. Never argue with someone who believe their own lies. Like, you can't argue with someone that really believe their own lies. You just can't. So, if someone actually believes their own lies, that's a dangerous person. And to me, because whatever in their mind, they know is a lie, but they want to live out that lie to the fullest. They want to live it out to the fullest. So you can't argue with them, and you know it's a lie, but you can't argue with them because they believe their own lie. And while I'm on that subject, have you ever dated a liar that tries to make you think you're the crazy one because you know that they always be lying? You meet a woman, you seen it cheat, she telling you, no, I didn't cheat, or I didn't go out, I was out with my girlfriend. You clearly seen her at the club with dude. But then they try to make it and put the spin on it like you are crazy. Like you are the one making this shit up. Literally, like you making it up. No, you didn't see me. That wasn't me. You must have seen somebody that looked like me. So again, have you ever dated a liar that tried to make you think you're the crazy one because you notice they always be lying about any and everything? Hey, what's up, Francis? And it could be men, female. A liar is a liar. And a liar going to try to make you think what they want you to believe. And they know it's a lie. You know, again, like I said, where were you last night? Oh, I was out with my girlfriends or my boy. Or I was out with my homies. But she seen you in the movie with the other chick or the other dude. But they want to try to flip it and make it like you crazy, like you didn't see what you seen. So that's one thing. Hey, how you doing, Francis? But that's one thing, like, it's crazy. And this one, I really, really having a hard time doing. When is it time to stop supporting people that don't support you? When is that time? Should you just support them, even though you know they're not going to support you? I don't know. It's just stuff I think about, like, and it's crazy because they always come up with an excuse. I was doing this. I got tied up doing this and doing that. But when they doing something or having something, where were you? Why didn't you jump in? Or whatever the case may be. And when I say support, it could be you got friends that you know they need a couple of dollars. You give them a couple of dollars. It'll be $10, $20. All right, you give it to them, they pay it back, right? Now, you asked on the bar $5. Oh man, I don't got it. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. You know. So when is that time you just start cutting them people off and stop supporting them? And it's funny. Or what's up right now? But it's funny. And it could be anything. You can support them by going to a basketball game. Just showing them emotional support. But if you ask them to do something for you, they give you all kinds of excuses not to do it. Like, why is that? Why? I mean, sometimes I ask myself, why? So is the person that's always supporting, is they crazy or? I don't know. But what I do everything out the kindness of my heart. I don't do it for the spotlight, to be recognized. I do it because I genuinely care or mess with that person. So if you're not doing anything from your heart, just don't do it. Don't have a ulterior motive to do anything for anybody. Because what I noticed, a lot of people do stuff for attention. A lot of people do stuff for attention. Exactly, Trey. Sometimes when you lose, and that's exactly the point. And that's, but when it comes to supporting people and doing stuff for people, and I always say this, and I always do it. If you don't do it from your heart, don't do it at all. Because everybody's not going to treat you like you treat them. And it's just funny. And it don't cost nothing. I'm not even talking about money. I'm just talking about anything. What don't cost money. But if they can't support you with that, but then they want you to do stuff for them, or you do stuff for them, and whatever the case may be. What up, Dooley? Well, no, you do it out the kindness of your heart. Don't do it for material, like, I done this with so-and-so, or I do this, or I'm going to just go on this live or this Zoom just to be noticed. No, don't do it for that reason. Don't do it for that reason. And a lot of times, some people need to be seen in a crowd. And I noticed that. Some people is attention whores. And it's not about that. It's just about different little stuff that I notice. And you know, I'm just getting down to my last couple of topics. And on that same topic, it's funny how people think they played you, but the whole time they played themselves out of a good person's life. So you think you playing me, but what you actually doing is playing yourself the fuck out of my life. You know? And like I tell people, nobody owe nobody anything. And let's go back to the same support situation. Nobody owe you anything. Stop thinking people have to do stuff just because you ask them to do it. You know, sometimes you have to suck it up sometime and do it for yourself. Do for self. You know what I mean? And maybe you're not that good at this particular thing. But if you never try it, you never do it, you'll never learn how good you can be. You know, sometimes you just gotta take that leap of faith. Like, I'm not the greatest talker, and I hate talking on camera and all that. Give you an example. Rob Flash Sports Chronicles is going to have interviews. I'm not the best interviewer. But I'm going to do it myself. And I'm going to tell you a few reasons why I'm doing it myself. I'm doing it myself. That way I can learn. Second, I don't have to depend on anyone. A lot of people like for you to depend on them. I do it so I don't have to depend on no one. You know what I mean? And if you do it yourself, you get a better sense of pride of anything that you do or anything that comes from it. You like, I done this from the muscle. It's just what it is. So, does forgiveness free you? Do forgiving someone that done you wrong or talk behind your back, talk shit about you, do forgiving them free you? And I would say yes. It free that nonsense in your head, like, fuck it. There's no way I forgive them. They said, fuck it, move on. You know, but sometimes you gotta forgive. But you don't have to forget. But the question is, does forgiveness free you? And I would say yes, it does. It frees your mindset. It frees up a lot of stuff that you think inside your mind. Or, because sometimes people do stuff to you, and you always think about how can I get back with them? How can I get them back? It's funny. Well, you forgive it. God, you got that. You said that. You done this. You done that. Cool. I'm good with it. Because when people talk about you, they talk about Jesus Christ. So what makes you any different? Long they don't put their hands on you. They didn't physically harm you. So it shouldn't be a matter of anything. Like, I'm the type of person, I don't care what you think about me personally. Of course, if you know me, you know me. You don't, you don't. Second of all, what they perceive of you is something different. What else say? Exactly. When if you can't forget, you cannot forgive. Right. And that's why I say you can forgive them. Just forgive them. Leave it alone. Just let it be what it be. But the topic of today was what you don't have, can it be a blessing to you? And it sounds funny when I say it, but what you don't have, can it be a blessing to you? I like to see some people in the chat respond to that, but to me, yes. I think it can be a blessing. Not being rich can be a blessing. You don't have everybody coming at you for your money. You know what I mean? Hey, see, anytime, man. Anytime. But like I say, what you don't have can be a blessing to you. Because if you don't have something, you don't know what it's like to have it. if you don't have it. You know, are you of being rich? If you're not rich, you don't know those money problems. So you just going on your regular life. You don't know the taxes. You don't know this and that. But not being rich, you don't know. You know people ain't dealing with you just because of your money. You won't have family coming out the woodwork just because you rich. You don't have people claiming children on you because you rich, but you're not rich, so you don't have them problems. You don't have rich people problems. So that can be your blessing. The man upstairs give you what he know you like, what they had planned laid out for you. If you was meant to be rich, you will be rich. Period. Facts, whatever you want to call it. But that's something that... What up, Jazz? But my point of that, what you don't have, can be a blessing to you. Is something that I think we need to think about. I think that's a conversation you can have with your wife or your family members and just see. And y'all can go on my Facebook page or inbox me some of the answers. OG birthday, what's up? My man Jazz birthday today. Happy birthday, Jazz. But yeah, that's something you could, just think about it. What you don't have can be a blessing to you. It's maybe you and your wife had a boy, but y'all wanted a girl. Well, not having that girl could be the blessing that she don't got to bring a baby home. That could be that blessing for you. So think about it, like, and what I don't like, don't worry about what the next person has. Because it was in your book of life, you will have it. If it's for you to have, God will find a way for you to have it. If God wants you to be rich, you will be rich. You don't make yourself rich, God makes you rich. And that's one of the things I think we get lost in. That we forget about. We don't control our life. God controls your life. God is in control. He's at the wheel. Now, my last topic, before I get out of here, thanks everybody for tuning in, is when is it time to cut people off that don't support you? And that's one of the hardest things I have to do, because me as a person, I try to support anybody that they doing if I mess with you. But a lot of people don't support what I do, and I don't care. But I still support them. So it's not about me personally. It's just things I think about. Like I tell y'all, this podcast is my personal opinions and my personal thoughts. And I don't take jabs at anyone, because if I'm going to say something about someone, I'm going to say their name. So let's get that clear. And like this COVID thing coming to an end. And I think this COVID thing... What's up, Daryl? This COVID thing, I think, was more of a population control thing, more so, and a financial thing. But that's just my opinion. And everybody had one. I keep telling y'all, opinions like assholes. Everybody had one. But we here in Philadelphia have bigger problems. carjacking is up. You know what I mean? People can't enjoy they worked all hard and bought a car and whatever. Now you gotta be scared to stop at a stoplight because you don't know if somebody gonna carjack you. And it's sad that you gotta live that way. But to me, not having that car may be that blessing that why I don't have a car. Again, what you don't have can be a blessing. So you gotta think about things and pretty much just think about stuff. Like, and again, this Russian war, and it's funny. Like, he just flexing his muscle, but what I have seen, like, Vasily Lomachenko, he's a boxer. The Klitschko brothers, you see them in the army gear. And something that came to my head, are they doing that for a promotional picture, or are they actually in the field fighting that war? Or they out there really fighting that war? Because, you know, you take somebody famous and they put an army uniform on a machine gun. So what the government want to say, if they could do it and they very successful and they make a lot of money and they rich, you could do it too, and you poor. So that's something. And I'm gonna just go through some comments that I seen. My man Michael E said, no, it's quick on the mix. He said, if you can't forget, you cannot forgive. Well, you can forgive, but you can never forget, in my opinion. I can forgive you, but that don't mean I forgot what you done to me. But he said, if you cannot forget, you have not forgave. I'm good, D. My brother Daryl Oldhead. But you can forgive, but that don't mean you have to forget. I can forgive you. That don't mean I forgot what you done to me. We forgave slavery, but did we forget? So I can forget and still forgive you. I didn't forget, but I forgave you, but I didn't forget what you done. So that's episode 5, y'all. So thanks to everybody that tuned in. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. Something to think about. Does forgiveness free you? Does forgiveness free you? Again, like I said, I can forgive you, that doesn't mean I forgot what you done to me. So, in a sense, it really, even though I forgave you, but really doesn't free my mind. Because in the back of my mind, I never forgot what you done to me. So, something to think about. Well, I'm going to leave y'all the topic at hand. What you don't have, can it be a blessing to you? Now, I really want y'all to think about this. Something you don't have, can it be a blessing to you? Peace. And until next time, Welfare Sports Chronicles podcast, episode 5 has come to an end.